Welcome to the McCarthy Observatory. I'm about to do a demonstration of bringing a variety of NASA spacecraft live to the McCarthy Observatory. You'll see here on the podium tabletop the Curiosity rover that wanders around Mars. But we have captured it and it is running now and probing right here in the McCarthy Observatory. Watch it move. See the mast go up and rotate. And we can help it travel around the observatory and check out the observatory and operate just like it does on Mars. We can zoom in and look at all the detail of its inner workings, its wheels, its antenna masts. Look inside the wheels. The wheels are kind of a problem on these rovers because the Mars surface is pretty rough. I can hold it in my hand. If I get it oriented right, it can sit right in my hand. Feels good. It's a very cool little object, Curiosity. But wait, there's more. We can do the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which has been wandering around above Mars for a number of years. And it is the relayer of information for Curiosity and Opportunity back to the giant radio wavelength receivers. So it's way up above, and it gets signals from transmitted up from the rovers that are on the surface. And so there's regular transmission back to Earth. But wait, there's more. The Cassini mission. And we have a volunteer graduate from the observatory that's right now working with the Cassini probe, which is going to end its life in September as it runs out of fuel. And our ex-volunteer, who's a professional there, is helping plan this end-of-life path that it's going to take through all of the rings and a last tour of some of the moons, and then we'll plunge into the atmosphere of Saturn and disappear after something like 12 years of operation. Most unbelievably flawless space adventure you could imagine. This thing has done so much science with such absolute elegance. It will take decades to study everything it's learned, and it's helped lead the planning for additional missions to look at things like the giant water jets, plumes that are coming out of the South Pole region of Enceladus, for example, and more. So Voyager has been out over 40 years. It's a long ways out there, a long ways. But we can see it up close. Amazing technology for 40-some years ago. It's actually the process of going out into interstellar space and leaving any of the effects of being part of the solar system. Another recent exciting adventure is Juno. The Juno is now in polar orbit of Jupiter and is going to spend a year studying Jupiter, and the science that we will know when all the data is transmitted back about Jupiter will be an unbelievably large amount of new data with a much greater understanding of Jupiter thanks to Juno. It is very difficult to insert a satellite around Jupiter because of its gravity fields and magnetic fields that are just unbelievably strong. But this so far is working very, very well. So we're pretty proud of all the bright people that have put such a fabulous instrument around Jupiter, which wouldn't have been too many years ago when they said, well, this mission couldn't possibly work. People always say that about these missions. So that's just waving a flag in front of the scientists that take on these projects. And of course we can go to the Space Center. Let's see, here's an Atlas V with 5 booster rockets strapped on. So this is the heavy lift Atlas. You can look up the tailpipes of 7 giant rocket engines, 2 of which are primary and 5 of which are boosted on. They have several configurations. 5 is the maximum that they can use, but the amount of thrust from this is amazing. It's quite a sight to see when these things take off at night. So there's more. This is simple to get. The application that runs here on my iPhone is called Spacecraft Space 3D, and you get this little crazy card, and I'll show you the card. This little card has some beach stones from a beach in Oregon, and encoded in it is the link to get all of these amazing spacecraft, and they keep putting more in, so once you have it you get updates pretty regularly, and it's very cool. Here's the card, the front of the card. It's got a QR code, and it's easy to download it all, and it's trivial to learn to make it work, so give it a try. Thank you.